I am always preaching to you guys, sitting is the new smoking, right? And unfortunately, there is a very common myth, if you haven't heard it, when someone falls, a lot of things happen. They lose their confidence, someone's bruised, their ego's bruised, there's embarrassment, and in the extreme cases, a broken bone. Now, what most people will tell themselves, and this is the myth, is that I'm going to sit more because it reduces my chances of falling. I don't want to fall. So if I'm not on my feet, there's zero chance I'm going to fall. Well, you actually should do the exact opposite of that, because when we sit, we're not using our muscles, not just our legs, but in our core too, right? Our core has to be a certain level of strong, a certain amount of strength goes into keeping us upright and erect, right? That's why we work so hard on our posture in here. Now, what happens if you do break a bone? Well, research tells us if you're over the age of 80, your percentage chance of recovery is about 50%. So what does that look like in terms of costs? Well, it's ballooned. About 5 years ago, I read a number that in the state of Florida, this is out of pocket, with insurance and without insurance, costs were between $14,000 and $50,000. Today, according to the CDC, first-year treatment typically runs between $21,000 and $66,000 if you fall and break your femur specifically. Now I'm talking about specific breaks. I had a client July 4th fall, and she broke her femur. However, she broke, we all know the thigh bone, the femur, the biggest bone in the body. It comes up into a ball and socket joint here in our hip. Well, she broke the neck that the ball is on. Well, you just go in, drill through, reattach, and the bone grows. But what if you fall on your knee and you have a little bit of osteoporosis? And then all that pressure from that falling on your knee is going to reverberate through that thigh bone. And if you have osteopenia, osteoporosis, that bone is going to shatter. I've had that happen in a client as well. Now you're looking at long recovery times and painful recovery times. Your first year mortality rate in the first year is up to 20 to 30%. So if you fall and you break your femur, not only are you going to be out of pocket between $21,000 and $66,000, but you're also going to be at a 20 to 30% chance of not making it. Your 5-year mortality rate, remember we were talking about the 50%? In 5 years, 56% of those people are gone. 5 years. So what do we do about it? Well, we do load-bearing exercise, which is exactly what we do right here in Balance University. Those load-bearing exercises pull on the bones, increasing your bone density to reduce the impact or the bone breaking, to reduce the chance that the bone breaks, because now that bone is strong because of what we're doing in here. But remember, you can't come to one class a week and expect to improve your strength or your balance, all right? But what we're going to start with today are assessments. I want to see how well you're doing. So let's stand, let's go behind our chair, let's take some tests.